Break the chains that I let bind me. Heal the pain that lives inside me.
Welcome back to Swordbox. Again, I wanted to touch on covetousness a bit more and look at how we can overcome it in our lives. We've already looked at 4 things that we can do. And fifthly, I'd say, in order to overcome covetousness in our lives, we need to be givers. When we realize that we're only stewards of all that we have, it's not so hard to part with it. We're to be givers and generous, just as our Lord is. The rich fool in the parable never even considered giving away any of his abundance, only to have to store it up and to spend it on his own pleasures, a purely selfish, worldly attitude. And it doesn't matter how much you have. If you remember the story of the little boy who had a few loaves of bread and a few fish, when he gave it all to Jesus, Jesus took it and he fed thousands. The little boy could have had the attitude like the rich fool, this is mine. I need it for myself. After all, there's not enough to feed all these people, and why should I have to share with God? And he would have missed out on the miracle that Jesus did, and all these people would have went away hungry. God doesn't give us in order to hoard, but rather to be a blessing to others, and in the process, we ourselves are blessed. You know, the little boy still got to eat. He had all that he wanted, as well as all the others. You know, we've heard that it's better to give than to receive, but our fleshly desires don't really feel that way. But when we give, we loosen our grip on selfish desires, we focus on others, and we become a blessing to them. And it is very rewarding both now and when we stand before God one day. Again, it's not about how much you have, but it's about how much of you your stuff and money has. While watching people put money in the offering plate at the temple, it was the smallest gift that caught the attention of Jesus. The widow gave all that she had, just like the young boy with the bread and the fish. Generosity and selfishness don't go together. We will be one or the other. Yet the more we give, the more God can trust us to handle money and things, because he knows these things won't pull us away from him and lead us astray. If we get in the habit of giving the first of our income to the house of God, our local church, we show that God is number one in our finances. We are investing in the gospel of Jesus Christ, which has eternal significance. Luke 6:38 says, "Given it shall be given unto you, good measure pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Men shall give into your bosom. For with the same measure that ye meet withal, it shall be measured to you again." But our focus, our job is to give, and to leave the rest of that up to God. In Luke 11:3, Jesus prayed, "Give us this day our daily bread." In other words, God, just provide what I need for today. But we've grown accustomed, as we talked before in this country, of having an abundance like the man in the parable. Yet our attitude is to be enough for my needs, and I am content. In fact, Paul said he even learned to be content when he was in need, when he was hungry, when he was naked, or when he was in peril. Now again, I don't believe in the poverty mentality. There's nothing wrong with working hard, investing, saving, and being a good steward of all that we have. All these things are good. But we must guard our hearts against covetousness, greed, selfish gain, and striving to be rich. These things will lead us astray from God and into many problems. Proverbs 23:4-5 says, "Do not toil to acquire wealth. Be discerning enough to desist. When your eyes light on it, it is gone, for suddenly it sprouts wings, flying like an eagle towards heaven." Our goal in life should not be the same as those without Christ, to get all we can all we get, and sit on the can. That is not what life is about. Instead, pursue God and his will. Proverbs 28:19-20. "Whoever works his land will have plenty of bread." So there's nothing wrong with working hard and having what you need. But he who follows worthless pursuits will have plenty of poverty. A faithful man will abound with blessings, but whoever hastens to be rich will not go unpunished. Work, yes, and work hard, as unto the Lord, not to get rich, not to please others, but to work unto the Lord. He will bless you. He will give you all you need, and he can use you to be a blessing to others. God bless you. We'll pick up here tomorrow here on Swordbox.